Hello, beautiful souls. So I'm unstoppable, and no matter what, woo, check that out. So you can see that the universe responds when you say something that's the truth. There's either a siren or a honk or someone acknowledging that. But when you declare, I am unstoppable, then the universe aligns with that unstoppableness of you. So what is going to stop you? What's going to take you out of the game? Because when you look at life and you realize that it's all about playing, it's all about being full on all of the time, no matter how you're feeling, no matter whether you've got the grand conundrum or however it is that you're seeing all of this, when you go, you know what, nothing's going to stop me, but we jam out on ourselves. So let's just put our hands on our heart, take a nice deep breath, draw your essence down into your body. So often we get knocked off center. We get knocked off center because something that we desired didn't happen in the way we wanted it to. And rather than going, oh, what can I learn? What we go is, oh, I guess that's not for me. But the truth is, it is for you. If there is an inkling in you that says, I'm going to become a queen, I am unstoppable. Hey, Meg, if there's an inkling in you of a desire, it's because it's your destiny. It is up to you to fulfill your desires. The Dalai Lama says the purpose of life is happiness. And yet we allow things to knock us off our center. And then we stop. And once you stop, that inertia kind of slows you down. So never stop, never give up, never give up, never give up. Right now, we're in a place where we're told that there's massive inflation and that things are going to hell in a handbasket. Well, guess what? Get a bigger handbasket. Figure out what makes your heart sing. Because you and I are meant for more. Otherwise, we wouldn't show up here. We wouldn't drum every day and participate in raising the vibe to love and above. We'd be like, okay, well, I guess this is my life, and I'll just go ahead living at a slow level. But what I know about you, because you show up and you keep showing up, I know that you are unstoppable. I know that there's something on your heart that makes it sing. I know that there's some desire that's bigger than you that is calling you out because you show up. And when we keep on showing up, we realize that I'm unstoppable. There is nothing gonna take me out of the game. And every day when you wake up, tell yourself, go in the bathroom, you're brushing your teeth. Oh, you're unstoppable. And then not only that, but you're amazing. So that every day you build on your success. That's your foundation. Every day, oh, look what I did yesterday. Look how I showed up yesterday. And when you have that, when you know that success leaves tracks. So write down your successes. Take a few minutes right now, or on your coffee break, or whenever, but get her done today. Write down your successes. Write down your successes. One of mine is 25 years ago this month. I quit my soul-sucking day job. Not because I didn't love my clients, not because I didn't think that, well, I'll tell you why it was. Because I knew there was a better way. I knew that the way that I was confined in my agency to connect with my clients, I knew there was more. And I went, you know what? This isn't good enough. This is not good enough. So maybe you're at that place in your life. Maybe you know that you're meant for more, but you've stumbled, you've fallen down, you've stopped. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can lean on me and become unstoppable. When you set a desire, when it's in your heart, you know, it's in my heart every day to show up here. 4 days out of 7. One in the middle of the week I take for myself. And because we have this interesting idea about weekends and how precious they are, I've fallen into that trap. But 4 days out of 7, I show up. And I show up to raise the vibe to love and above. Because not just mine, it helps me, but I also am aware from all the comments that it helps you. So, yes, happy anniversary to me, all month long. Along about this time, 25 years ago, I went on a vision quest. I asked, where do you want me? How do you want me? What am I here to serve? Who am I here to serve? And Spirit, within days, said, quit your day job. And I did, happily. But it took a physical limitation of me having so much back pain that I couldn't walk in order to make that decision. 25 years have gone by. And here I am. I'm successful. I am unstoppable. I am a force of nature. Nothing is going to stop me. You know why? Because I say so. Because I say so. And I'm going to lend that to you. I'm going to lend that to you so that when something comes along and it doesn't make your heart sing, you can go, no, I'm not doing that. It is time. It's beyond time. But it's time for us to make a decision, to do those things and more of those things and lots more of those things that make your heart sing. Don't let anyone stop you. You know, their opinion is none of your business because your desires are between you and the divine. And when it pulls on your heart, you can know that that's Spirit talking to you. So if it takes you out of your comfort zone, you know, quitting a secure job that I'd had for almost 7 years, that was taking me out of my comfort zone. But when Spirit calls, I responded. So outside of my comfort zone, 25 years ago, I walked out the door. And today, I'm 75. I have no diagnosis. I have no prescriptions. And I'm alive and thriving. Every day, I'm better than the day before. Because every day is a blank slate. Every day when you get up, there's nothing in front of you except what you drag onto your blank slate. So what if there's nothing there? What if this is a brand new beginning for you? What if this is a new way of thinking about your life? Your life on fire from desire. Ooh, I like that. So, you can lean on me and my 25 years of following Spirit. Through breakups and breakdowns, through foreclosures and exposures, to being right here, right now with you, in the middle of a grand conundrum. How can you thrive? You know, we're told a lot of bad stories about what's going on. But when you raise your vibe, and that's one of the steps of spiritual manifestation, raise your vibe, increase your frequency, love more, whine less. When you do that, the universe opens up in amazing ways. You meet the right people at the right time, at the right place. You know deep in yourself that you know how to hold yourself accountable, that you know how to have desires and fulfill them. So 25 years ago, did I know that this was coming? Did I know that my response to this was to pick up a drum, to raise the vibe, to love and above? Hell no. But the unfolding of your life is one of the most magical, mystical mysteries that you're in control of. Your life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. And when I look at this, and even when I was sick last week or whenever it was, I went, what is happening for me? Well, I know that I was detoxing like crazy. I know that I was discharging all that old energy, all that old paradigm that we've been living with. Sometimes you gotta sweat it out, you gotta sneeze it out, you gotta cough it out, you gotta blow it out so that something new can come. You have to make space for something new. And when you're unstoppable and when you claim this, you know, the only things in your life that come to you are those things that you claim. Those things that you claim. You know, millionaires don't become millionaires by claiming poverty. They become millionaires by knowing what to share, who to share it with, and over time, they learn how to share it. So there's nothing stopping you from your desires except your itty bitty shitty committee. So sit down with them. You know what I talk about? Sit and sip. So this is my mug. And inside it says, I generally have a small something about now. So sit down and sip. Find your favorite bevy. It doesn't matter whether it's adult or not. And ask yourself, where do I want to be in 5 years? Sit with your future self. You know, I asked for a vision guide the other day because I felt like I didn't have a vision and I felt like I needed one. So my vision guide, hey Marcia, my vision guide is a drag queen. And I went, well, that's fascinating. But here's what she said to me. If I don't figure out my outcome, if I don't figure out the outfit I'm going to wear, and the song I'm going to sing, and the performance that I'm going to do, there is no show. So, take that into your consciousness. Who's your vision guide? Do you have one? If you don't, put the call out. See who shows up for you. Sit down with that guide and ask, what vision can we complete? What vision are we here for? And do it quick smart. Don't wait a couple weeks. Oh, I'll do that when I have time. Do it, make time. I mean, how long does it take to have a cup of tea and sit with your future self and ask your future self, what's up? What can you show me? What can you tell me? Because so often we go through life with no vision of where we want to go, who we are, first of all, what we desire, and who we're to serve. And so our life just goes on and on without a focus. And, you know, for me, that doesn't work. So ask for a future guide and be open to whoever shows up. Be open to the vision that they show you. If it aligns, if it resonates, if it's for you, move in that direction, because there's nothing more fulfilling. Think about this. You decide that you want a hamburger for dinner, and you start to see that hamburger, right? You get the vision, and you start to feel what it would feel like to pick up that hamburger and put it in your mouth. You feel a little bit of grease dribbling down here. You feel how it feels to like dip your French fries and then put them in your mouth. You embrace, you embody that feeling of fulfillment of desire. And yes, that's a very simplistic thing. I mean, we all need to eat, right? And this is part of the thing is a lot of people go, well, I don't know what I want to eat. Well, feel into what you want to eat. What do you want to feel like afterwards? Do you want to feel light? Do you want to feel comforted? You know, we talk about comfort food. Something as simple as getting an idea that turns into a thought that becomes an action that you fulfill, you're successful. And you write that down, because success leaves tracks and success builds on success. But if you don't acknowledge it, then it can't resonate with you. You can't, well, maybe you can, but what happens when you write down all of the things that you've ever achieved? I learned how to roll over. I learned how to sit up. I learned how to crawl. I learned how to then pull myself up. And then I learned how to walk. Those are major, major, major accomplishments. Yet we take them for granted. So often the reason you're stopped is because you're taking yourself for granted. You think you can't go any further. You think that this is it. Oh, this is my life. Well, I got to tell you, it's only your life if you say so. So say something bigger. Be unstoppable. Have things that are just slightly out of reach. Raise your vibe and watch that come to you, no matter how unachievable. Maybe you want to go on a cruise around the world that takes 8 months. Well, first of all, you envision it, right? You get an idea that becomes a thought, and that thought then needs to take action. And that action is the research. Well, is there such a thing as a cruise that takes 8 months that goes around the world? Who knows? I just made that up. It's not a desire that I have, but it might be a desire that you have. So today, sit and sip, write down your accomplishments. Go right back to the very beginning. First of all, you got yourself born, right? And then what happened after that to get you to right where you are now? Because most of us are successful. We just don't acknowledge about that. Most of us are unstoppable. but we don't acknowledge about that. So we live small lives because we limit ourselves. Well, we are limitless intuition and imagination. If you can imagine it, you can create it. So, talk to your future self today. Sit down with yourself from 5 years into the future and ask, what information do you have for me? What would you tell me? You know, in courses, they say, what would you tell your 20-year-old self? Well, that's all wonderful, but how about this? What would yourself from 5 years from now tell you? How would she or he help you maneuver around the obstacles, the boulders, the path, pulling up every obstacle that's in the way? What would they tell you about that? And as you do that, as first you list your accomplishments, sip, sip, talk to your future self, and then move in that direction. Because when we get a vision, when we know what our outfit is, what our song is going to be, then we can have a performance. Like, you know, William Shakespeare said that life is a stage. It's totally true. And so many of us don't want to get on the stage. We're willing and to stay in the background. Oh, that's not really for me. But is that the truth of your life? Because every single solitary person, all 7 billion of us, has a unique skill, a gift that someone else wants to know about to make their life better. So how is it that you can sit with your future self, have a conversation, move in that direction, and be unstoppable? And that is exactly what the Dream Queen program is about. So if you'd like to know more about that, if you love my energy, if you want to match with that, then message me. And then we'll get on a call. We'll talk about the unstoppableness of you, because you're unstoppable. You got yourself. You're right here, right now. That means you're unstoppable. It's not a thing that you haven't accomplished. Every day you're unstoppable. Every day you are unstoppable. All right, so let's get some love because we give it away first. Energize your hands. Put your hands on your heart. Take a nice deep breath. Feel this temple in which you reside. And let's be unstoppable about caring for ourselves. And now, here's what we say. I open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for me. One more time. I open freely to give it away, give it away, give it away. Accept big old bowls with your hands and embrace, put it in your heart, all that the universe has for me. One more time. I open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for me. Namaste, aho, bliss, and in case no one has told you so far today, you are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. If you're listening to the replay, thank you for that. Thanks for all that love. And remember, you're unstoppable. You are unstoppable. Mwah. Bye-bye, everyone.